Hey guys, in this video, we're going to be checking out the top 5 best wrist wraps for powerlifting that are available on the market for their true quality. I made this list based on my personal opinion and hours of research and have listed them based on popularity, quality, price, durability, user opinions, and more. If you want to see more information and the updated price, you can check out the description below. And also, make sure to subscribe for more reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Starting at number 5, we have the DMOOSE wrist wraps. Despite their affordable price, the DMOOSE wrist wraps have a solid quality construction. The thumb loop features double stitching, so it will stand up to the rigorous Olympic lifts you'll be performing with them. I found the Velcro fastening strip to be of good quality, so it won't wear down within a couple of months, as the poor quality wrist wraps do. These wrist wraps from DMOOSE are the best for weightlifting, because unlike other wrist wraps featured in this article, these have no polyester included. When woven with elastic, cotton is more flexible compared to polyester, and this pays off big time for the Olympic lifts. This lack of restriction allows you enough wrist mobility for your wrists to rotate freely in the snatch and to extend fully in the front rack portion of the clean and jerk. Despite its flexibility, the cotton elastic blend still gives noticeable wrist support when the bar is extended overhead in the final step of both exercises. I appreciate that these wrist wraps are offered in a 12-inch and an 18-inch option. The latter will fit and work well for average-sized wrists, but the former is still useful. Even though they'll outgrow them, 12-inch long wrist wraps would be the ideal length for most teenagers, because their bones are still growing, and the wrist wrap length they need is significantly smaller than that of the average adult. Moving on, at number 4 we have the DMOOSE wrist wraps. These are the best wrist wraps for CrossFit due to their lightweight, supportive design. Out of all the wrist wraps in this roundup article, this pair of 12-inch wraps is the shortest we've featured, but that's good for CrossFit. The typical WOD can be up to 30 minutes of continuous movement, so the last thing you want to do is constantly tighten, loosen, and otherwise fiddle with your 18 to 24-inch wrist wraps. Thanks to their 12-inch length, you can't apply the DMOOSE super tight in the first place, so they'll stay comfortable and non-constricting during the entire workout. Plus, the secure hook and loop closure means these wrist wraps won't randomly fly off during your WOD, whether you're crushing some dumbbell power snatches or butterfly pull-ups. One of our product testers explained that they could see these being an asset, because you can set and forget them. Their cotton polyester elastic material is great for exercises like thrusters, where some extra wrist support can be helpful, but they won't hamper the wrist mobility needed for handstand walks. Further, the Velcro part of the fastening system is easy to apply and adjust, so using these for the first time is a piece of cake even for beginners. Sponsorships aren't always an indicator of quality, but it's hard to deny the influence that the DMOOSE wrist wraps have on the CrossFit community. After all, these wrist wraps became the official wrist wraps of the Noble CrossFit Games. This means that they got a large amount of publicity from the athletes, who presumably ended up wearing them during the events, and the fans who attended in person or those who watched online. At number 3, we have the Gymreapers wrist wraps. The classic wrist wraps from Gymreapers are excellent for benching. They feature a heavy-duty thumb loop, so you can use your thumb to anchor the wrap down before cinching it tight. I especially appreciate the 30/70ths elastic polyester blend. This is stiffer than a cotton elastic blend. The former is what you want when trying to bench press as much weight as possible because the more rigid polyester material will provide more stiffness. One customer said that these wraps have a lot of elasticity, which helps provide better support on heavy pushing movements because they'll offer better support due to the amount of stretchiness in the material. Also, the 3-inch width is generous and offers plenty of hand and wrist coverage for maximal support. Gymreapers has made a serious push to get their support wear certified by well-known federations, and it shows. Their wrist straps are IPF, IPL, and USAPL approved, which means that if you're competing in any of these federations, you can practice with the same gear in your training as you'll compete with on the platform for a competitive edge. I'm blown away by their warranty, which offers a lifetime replacement. This is practically unheard of for wear and tear items. The benefit is that whether they fail due to a factory defect or regular old wear and tear, you have total peace of mind about getting a replacement for free. At number 2, we have the Harbinger Redline wrist wraps. These Harbinger wrist wraps are the best budget option I found. It should come as no surprise that they're widely affordable, roughly $16 at the time of publishing. Compared to the most expensive pair of wrist wraps on our list, the SBD wrist wraps, these budget-friendly ones cost you about a third of their price, before shipping fees. Speaking of shipping fees, these wrist wraps are sold on Amazon, which means that if you're a Prime member, you can save even more. 2-day, or faster shipping, is often available to Prime members while shopping through Amazon, giving you access to their generous and convenient return policies. For how well priced these are, I'm pleasantly surprised with the features they have. They have what appears to be a decent quality thumb loop, a durable elastic body, Velcro that looks like it will work for at least a few months, and an 18-inch length that will be suitable for most weightlifting activities. What caught my eye on the product page was the amount of praise these wrist wraps have received from customers. Harbinger is a well-known brand that's been in business for years, but it's comforting to know that most customers are happy with the quality of these wrist wraps. And finally, at number 1, we have the Iron Bull Strength Classic Wrist Wraps. The Iron Bull Strength Classic Wrist Wraps offer great wrist support. They're 18 inches long, which gives you at least 2 wraps around your wrist if you have an average build. I find the 18-inch length to be just right. It's not so long that there's a ton of bulk on my wrists due to the extra material, and their support is adequate for most weight training exercises. Their 3-inch width provides plenty of wrist coverage, covering enough of the base of your hand and wrist area for the wrap to do its job. Also, the cotton elastic blend gives enough stretch for solid compression and wrist support in your workouts. I especially like the blended material of these wraps. They're soft, and the cotton breathes enough to help avoid excess sweating in the first place. Moreover, the Velcro closure system of the classic wrist wraps is intuitive and easy to use. The thumb loop offers an excellent anchor point to help put them on tightly, and unlike other brands, the double stitching is high quality. I especially like how the Velcro section is sticky and well-sized. Some brands use such a long strip that can cause the extra material to hang off the end, which can get caught on things and unravel your wraps. Plus, the thumb loop makes it easy to hang over a hook to dry between workouts. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions related to this product, you can leave a comment down below. I will get back to you as soon as possible.